All right, good morning. Good morning. I am joined today by the amazing Ty. Ty, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us about yourself, what's your name, where you're from.
Okay, good morning, Jeff. So I am Ty. I am originally from Hallandale, which is in South Florida, but I currently live on the west coast of Florida. But I am a native Floridian, born and raised, and I'm a mom and a wife, a baker, and a day trader.
Okay. So what things do you bake typically?
I bake a lot of bread. I actually have some sourdough bread rising at the moment. A lot of cupcakes. I do cakes, cookies, brownies, you name it. I've been in the kitchen for a long time, long
You
time.
know, that's actually one thing that I've never really done, or at least since I was a kid. I've always cooked a lot, but baking has never really been my thing. It seems a little like less intensive. Like once you put it in the oven, you just wait.
hmm
Versus like when you're cooking, it's like you're more so doing stuff. That's why I prefer it, especially grilling.
Yeah, it makes sense. Also, there's a science to baking. Like with cooking, you can kind of cook with your heart. With baking, there's more science required. Like you
Mhm.
can't just throw stuff together and hope that you're gonna get a cake that has risen properly. It don't work like that.
Okay. And so you said there's a science to it. So do you have a science background? I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a former scientist before I got into trading. So clinical research was my vein. But what about you? What's your educational background?
Yeah, so all the way from middle school, I started studying engineering. So middle school, high school, all the way through college, and I got a degree from the Florida State University in industrial engineering. So I do have a science background, but I quickly learned that I needed a little bit more, I don't know, freedom and flexibility in my career. So I left the corporate world and went into teaching for a little bit. Teaching led me to culinary school and eventually to being a stay-at-home mom that likes to bake and trade.
Well, being a stay-at-home mom by itself is already a more than a full-time job. And then trading can be a full-time job and all of the things in between. So it sounds like you have a pretty packed schedule every day. So I'm glad that you're taking the time to come kick it with me for a little bit. So you kind of alluded to it a little bit. What first got you into trading?
So I started being interested in trading around COVID. I was watching the EYL guys and learning more about investing and the market and all the things. That was just what was going on during COVID. We had a lot of time on our hands. And so that's what got me started, really. I said, okay, I'm older now, and now is a good time to start learning more about things that I should have known about years ago. So I started just learning more about investing and started with Robinhood, just basic, day-to-day type stuff. And then I came to Jason's community and I learned from the bond bullies. I would just join the trade room and I I was very confused, I must say. I was very confused. And my husband just kept telling me, just go ahead, take a course, learn how to do it, learn how to do it. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And years went by, I mean, five of them,
Oh
um,
wow.
where I actually um, paid for a course and learned how to trade. So it was just a itch in the back of my head for a long time where I knew it was something that would be beneficial, but I knew that I also needed to actually take time to learn it and really commit myself to the process before it was something that I wanted to commit to. Like I knew it was going to be a time commitment and a total shift in my mindset in order to be successful at it. So until I was ready, even though my husband kept pushing me, I knew I couldn't do it until I was ready. And so that time finally came in 2025 when I joined a cohort, and the rest is history.
Cool. So shout out to Jay the Trader. He is an amazing teacher. He helped take me from being a pretty okay trader to phenomenal. And that's me being humble with it. So he is one of the best teachers out here. Him along with Sam. Sam taught me how to stack my combines and get to pay out consistently. Those two are a tag team duo off the top ropes, Hall and Nash. And that eventually led me into developing my risk management software for NinjaTrader 8 called Cream. And Now we're all here. But Ty, tell us a little bit more about your early days though. So you say you started off with Robinhood. Were you trading stocks, options? What were you doing back then?
Yep, just trading stocks. So I would just watch EYL and they would be like, oh, you need to buy some Tesla stocks, or you need to buy some Apple stocks, or anything, any place that you shop or any place that you frequent, might as well go ahead and invest in them. And so I just started buying a little bit of stocks here and there, like Disney and Starbucks, Apple, Tesla. It was just random because that's what they said to do. I really was such a newbie and didn't know what was going on. So, and that money that I put into Robinhood back in 2020, it's still there to this day. It has grown over time, but it's still just sitting there. Like I don't
Nice.
even do that anymore. But the money I invested, I did the thing, and so here I am.
Time in the market beats talent most times.
Mhm.
And hey, you're doing the right thing by letting it sit there and grow.
Yeah,
If you're green, let it continue to be green unless you need it.
right. I'm green, and I'm to the point. I'm like, maybe I should revisit that. Maybe I need to start dibbling dabbling in stocks a little bit more these days. So we'll see.
So, what was the allure or what caught your attention about financial trading, trading financial markets rather? So was
Um,
it the money? Was it the, I know a lot of people get a rush whenever they trade. Was it learning a new skill set? Like what initially attracted you to it?
For sure, the money first. Like I would see P&Ls. I would see people passing these things called combines. I was like, what is? So it was intriguing to me to know that you could use other people's money to make money. So I thought that was a cool concept. So I wanted to learn more about that, and I wanted to just try to pocket a few extra dollars for the family. And then there's also the learning a new skill. I'm a forever learner, right? Like I never stop learning. That's just my nature. So the idea of learning something new was also pretty intriguing to me because after college, and then once I became a teacher, which I was pretty good at too, I was like, what am I going to do next? Like I know how to bake, I know how to teach, I know fundamentals of engineering, so what can I do next? And so trading became the next thing that I said, okay, like I said before, I'm going to commit myself to learning this and getting good at this and pocket some money from it.
Okay. I like all of that. It's like just growth as a person, not just growth as a
Right.
trader, you know?
Exactly.
That's fire. That's
Exactly.
fire. So now I see you have what's called a chart on your screen. Can you walk us through what do these colors represent? What are the squiggly lines on your chart? What's going on right now?
Okay, so on my chart right now, I have a few key levels that I'm interested in,
Hmm.
and these key levels are based off the 4 hour time frame.
Hmm.
But I like to execute on the 1 minute. So you'll see that I'm on my 1 minute chart, but these levels that I've marked are based off the 4 hour chart.
Hmm.
Um, you have these blocks of color here, the red and green. Those are gaps on the 1 minute chart. Um, I also have this squiggly line here, which is my EMA.
Hmm.
I keep that on there, and that's a 200 EMA. So that just again is a way to see what the market is doing. Are we trading below or above the EMA? Just to
Hmm.
help me form my bias for the day when I come to the charts.
Okay. So, do you have any particular instruments that you prefer to trade? Do you trade forex? Do you trade crypto? Do you scalp, swing trade, day trade? Like, what's your typical approach?
All right. So I am a futures trader, and I prefer to trade in Q. I have dibbled and dabbled in ES as well as gold.
Mhm.
However,
Wait,
along my
question for you: what is NQ? For those that may not know,
is
and what is ES?
Nasdaq and S&P 500. So they are two separate instruments, but they are like sisters or brothers, however you want to look at it. And so when one moves, the other one follows, or vice versa. And then
Mhm.
you have GC, which is gold. Um, when I first started, can I give you a little bit of my history here?
Of course. This is all
Cool.
about you, man.
Okay, so when I first started, I was like, oh, I want to trade this and I want to trade that and I want to trade this and I want to trade that. And just over time, I've decided that it's best as I continue to try to become a consistently profitable trader, it is best for me to focus on one instrument. And so right now, my bread and butter is NQ, and I am just learning her the best that I can. When I took my cohort back in February slash March 2025, we learned how to trade on ES, but ES was a little slow for me. I do like the rush of trading, I have to say that. And so NQ gave me that whiplash action that I was like, whoa, like it was quite a bumpy ride.
Okay.
So I do focus on NQ these days.
Okay, okay. And you brought up a very good point, how the personality of the instrument or the personality of a trader overall shows when they're on the chart. So ES, you said, was a little too slow for you. In real life, are you an adrenaline junkie? Do you jump off of buildings and airplanes?
So in real life, I am somewhat of an adrenaline junkie. I like fast roller coasters. I actually was on my way to skydiving and we were halfway there and had to turn around because the weather was bad. So
No.
yeah, but I'm still alive. So there's that.
I've done
Um,
it twice. You should definitely do it. It's
I
really
would
windy, but you should do it.
I would like to do it, but I got kids now. That was prior to me having kids, so I think a little differently about things like that. But I do like a rush, and I mean that in my day to day life too. I am not necessarily a late person, but I will do anything I can to get out of here at the last possible second. So that rush of just getting out of the house, that's me on a daily basis, unfortunately.
Okay, okay.
um, so yeah, I do like that feeling of go, 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 like gotta get it, gotta get it.
Okay, okay. And that probably reflects in your trading as well, does it not?
It does. It does. And it has been something that I have actively worked hard on over the last year because that was not getting me the results that I wanted.
Hmm.
I don't fight with myself anymore these days, but it has been a fight over time to just like settle myself down and really take my time on these charts. It is so important to take my time.
Okay. So you mentioned something, your cohort. So what are you referring to there? Is was that a class? Was that um some self-paced study? What did you do? What are you referring to with that?
Okay, so through Jason Sweeting, his trading academy, he has cohorts where he teaches his methodology of trading, which is inventory as a voting system. So within that cohort, I did a 1 month intensive, very intensive, I'm talking about morning, night, and throughout the day type training where we were trading, learning, studying, doing all the things over the course of a month to learn how to trade essentially and how to read the price action on the charts and just get an idea of what combines feel like and eval and the psychology behind trading and the community within trading, all of those things.
Okay, so what was the biggest thing or the biggest takeaway that you gained from your time in that cohort?
Oh, let's see. The biggest thing I took away from that is definitely one of my girls, Sophia. I gotta shout her out because if it wasn't for her, I don't know if I would be sitting here right now. So yes, trading was important, but out of that cohort, I found someone that I have a lot in common with, and we have held hands throughout this entire journey. So shout out to Sophia. But outside of my personal relationship with her, I took away a valuable skill. Like now that I know how to just get to a chart and press buy or sell, no one can take that away from me. I know how to find a buyer, I know how to find a seller. So that right there, just that alone was my starting point. And from there, I just been able to pick up more pieces as I've been on this journey. So just knowing how to press buy and sell, knowing how to purchase a combine, knowing how to pass a combine, has been the biggest takeaway. No one can take that from me.
Mm. Okay, that was a better answer than I anticipated. That was dope. That was dope. So, from that cohort, walk me through your a little bit of your prep whenever you're looking for a trade, when you're looking for those buyers and those sellers, when you're looking for what kind of price action are you looking for whenever you're trading? So, just kind of paint us a picture.
Okay, so my prep includes looking at where we are on the daily chart, finding out who's in control, looking at what happened the day before, trying to see, okay, am I looking to go up here to some buyers, or I'm sorry, to some sellers, or go down to some buyers? So just working on my top down analysis when I come to the charts, starting on the daily, go down to the 4 hour, 60 minute, so on and so forth, and just see what am I expecting out of the day. And when I say expecting, I use that term loosely because the market can do whatever it wants, right? But I
Mhm.
also need to have some type of idea when I come to the chart. So that's where I start. Also, I think I can say here that I have built an indicator.
Mhm.
And so after my top down analysis, that's when I can look to my indicator that I've built to show me what I can expect or what I can hope to expect to happen around open time. So my top down analysis has been the time that I take to really see what's going on has been significantly, reduced by the fact that I've built an indicator to give me a bigger picture on in one spot on one chart, and that's on the 1 minute chart.
Okay, okay. So let's talk about not necessarily your indicator, but the process of building an indicator. How has that affected your trading? How has that improved your trading? Or and what does that process actually look like for you?
All right. So building the indicator it's been fun. And it's been fun because like I said, I have a science background, engineering mind. So building something from scratch has been very rewarding because it's my ideas and it's what I want to see every day. So I'm in full control of it. And I'm able to get it to do like just the process of getting to it to do what I want has saved me a lot of time in the mornings. Like what I would normally mark out by hand is now being marked out for me by an indicator. So that's been a lot of fun. Also, I'm so grateful that this indicator has slowed me down. Um, I am a part of the cream team because one of my major challenges has been learning when to say no, right? Like not over leveraging, not taking a trade that's not good for me, not trading after I already hit my loss limit. So where I'm going with this is Cream, the software has really said made me slow down, right? So that was step one in slowing down. Step
Mhm.
two in slowing down was building the indicator. So now I have Cream saying, hey, don't do that. And then I also have my indicator right here in my face saying, these are your levels that you're interested in. If this does not happen, then don't do anything. Or if this happens, do something. So
Okay,
the
okay.
combination of using Cream plus my indicator has completely transformed me as a trader. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like the calm that I feel when I come to the charts within this last month and a half that I've been working on my indicator, like I can't even explain it. It's just a different feeling from the trader that I started off as to where I'm at today.
Okay, okay. And for those of you that don't know what she's referring to, the the Cream Risk Manager that she's talking about is software that I developed for NinjaTrader 8, and it has a fail-safe for almost any situation you can find yourself in while you're trading. Trade risk, daily profit, blackout times. If you think it is probably a setting within the Risk Manager. I'm assuming that you already have it set up on your accounts for today. So I'm not going to ask you to walk through that entire process. But what I would ask you is to pull it up just to show people what it looks like.
Sure, I can do that.
And managing your risk, you said, was pivotal for your trading journey altogether. So what does risk management look and feel like for you?
Okay. So before I answer that, can we go back to Green?
For sure.
Okay. So here's Cream, and I love it because as you can see here, the account that I have it on right now is Disney Family Cruise. And I
Mhm.
actually learned this from Sam. Sam said last
Name
time,
your account.
name your account. So this is
Hmm.
a cash account, and it has, I mean, the functions in Cream are listed here, but every time I look at Disney Family Cruise, I'm just reminded of my life outside of these charts, right? At the end of the day, I'm here for my family. I'm here for myself. I'm here to make money. But one thing that I want to do is take my family on a Disney Family Cruise. So thanks to Cream, I'm able to make sure I have my settings and that I'm not over leveraging or risking too much money on the day.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
So that's Cream.
Cool. 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 So aside from Cream and aside from the indicator that you created, are there any other software tools, indicators, applications, programs that are are pivotal to your trading day?
Yes, I have to say that I use TradingView. Not every day, but some days, I I I want to see things a little differently, and I don't know if you. I think I know actually. You use TradingView sometimes too,
Hmm.
and it just shows the market a little differently. To see the market on a chart on the internet, the indicators that they have there, the suite is like huge. There's so many indicators over there, so it's just a few things that I can see on TradingView very quickly that I don't necessarily want to see on my NinjaTrader chart. So I will reference TradingView if I need to.
Okay.
Um, in terms of, and that kind of helps me with risk a little bit too, because I have one indicator on there that I like that just shows me different zones that I don't mark on NinjaTrader. So there's that. Um, Also, in terms of risk, as we just discussed, Cream, I make sure Cream is set. Um, I manage risk too by checking my accounts, making sure I know where I'm at. Am I trading a PA? Am I trading a eval? What's my daily loss limit? What's my daily target? How much drawdown? That is a huge one. How much drawdown do I have remaining? Because there's been plenty of times where I'm like, oh, I could take this trade. And before you know it, my trailing drawdown is like, gotcha. And that's it. Account is blown. So risk management definitely for me includes knowing my numbers. That's a big one for me.
That's beautiful. That's definitely a dope place to be. In your trading journey, knowing what your numbers are, how to manage risk in that piece. That's everyone thinks trading is about making money, but managing risk is in my opinion, the more important part of the puzzle.
Hmm. Hmm.
For
And
sure.
I learned about risk doing the cohort, so I have a good foundation, right? And I was like, huh, I kind of thought about it loosely. I didn't take it as seriously as I should have.
Mhm.
And thankful to be where I'm at on my journey today. But had I taken risk a little bit more seriously from the beginning, I would be further along. So definitely feel you on how important risk is. Managing your risk.
Yep. And to piggyback off of that, it doesn't matter how much money that you make on these charts if you can't hold on to it. So
Hmm.
while people consider themselves as as traders, I consider myself a risk manager. That is my number one job is to hold on to the money that I've made.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, this is about me. This is about time. So, um, all right. So we covered a lot of stuff now, and I just because I know you and I know how you trade, it's about time for you to find a trade. So, without giving us your secret sauce, what does finding a trade look like?
Finding a
And
trade.
maybe we could take some trades. I don't know if you want to take a eval, live, sim, combine. What you
Hmm.
want to do?
I'll see what I can see.
Okay.
Um, but it was something you just said that I wanted to go back to. Oh, you asked me, and I did not answer this question. You said, am I a scalper, a swing trader, day trader? What kind of trades do I look for? So I want to talk about that for a second.
Okay.
Coming out of the cohort,
Hmm.
I was in over the last, I don't know, probably 9 months. I was an avid scalper. just getting in and out, taking trades, almost hoping for the best, really, can't even lie. Um, and scalping felt good to me because it was
Mhm.
immediate. I didn't have to worry if it was going to work over time. It was just in and out. Then I joined the Cream Team and I started listening to you a lot more and really taking the idea of long-term trades in and choosing that for myself.
Mhm.
So I started off as a scalper. However, with the indicator that I've built and the strategy that I'm trying to master, I am taking longer trades. And when I say longer, I mean like 50, 100, 120 point trades.
Mhm.
So that has changed the game for me a bit too, um, because I don't have that rush feeling anymore, and
Mhm.
it has forced me to work on my patience. So I say that to say, when I'm looking at the chart, knowing the indicator that I built, knowing the strategy that I'm working on, I am looking for a very specific setup. If I don't see it, I don't take it. And right now, looking at these charts, I don't see it. So I'm not going to take it.
Mhm.
However, if I see the confirmation that I'm looking for, I will be taking it. So I'm looking for, at the moment, I'm looking for price to break above this level right here
Mhm.
at 205. As you can see, we did break above, but we are back out of there. And if I go to my 240, I want to see what price is doing down here. Okay. So we have, give me one second. Let me check over here. Okay. On the um 4 hour chart, we got buyers in control, and that lets me know off the day. Also on the daily chart too, which I don't have. I have it in another window. We
Mhm.
have buyers in control. So I know that for the most part, we're looking to make a move to the next seller level. So from what I've learned, um, 4 hour chart usually bleeds into the 60-minute chart. So I know that if we're pushing down, there may be a 60-minute level somewhere in here that we're looking to push off of.
Mhm.
And if I go to my 60-minute chart, uh, we have a level right here, which is where we are. Um, and we're also trading into a gap, which is almost halfway filled. So at that point, I'm thinking, hmm, we might be ready to go ahead and turn around. We have another 60-minute level right here that I'm keeping an eye on. So it's possible that price is going to push down to this 60-minute level and
Mhm.
then go ahead and make its move to the upside. Because, like I said, the 4 hour buyers are in control, and on the daily, buyers are in control. So if buyers are in control for the day, we're looking to push up to the next seller.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Um,
Cool. Cool.
so,
So, I want to take a step back for just a second. We kind of hopped right into the charts.
mhm,
But we're kind of short on time, or not on time, but before you typically take a trade. So we can
yeah,
continue with the charts.
mhm.
All right. So what's the next step for you whenever you're looking for a trade?
Right now, that's pretty much it. So, um, like I said, well, I'll keep going from there. So
Okay.
I can see where we are. Like I said, I'm looking to trade above this orange line right here, and I execute on the 1 minute. So right now we're still down below that orange line, so I'm not looking to take a trade just yet. And if we were, I would enter on the 1 minute. And also, where are my targets? That's another thing that I had to learn over time is not getting in a trade without knowing your targets. So my target based off my indicator is showing me that I'm expecting price to come at least up to this zone up here.
Mm.
Um, if I want to say too, though, risk management, although my indicator is saying, hey, price could probably come up here. Once we buy above this orange line, I can probably sell to the purple line. However, risk management says, what account am I trading? Right? Right
Mm-hmm.
now, if I were to switch to this, my funded futures account, I would have to tell you that I've traded it for 2 days. I've made 2,400 something dollars in it. I only have 500 something to go,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I'm trading this, I don't need to have my target way up here, right? My
Mm-hmm.
target needs to be somewhere way lower just to pass that combine. So that is also a part of my risk management, knowing my numbers. Like I said, do I need to be way up here today? Probably not. But also, I've learned over time, switch accounts. So maybe this is a day where I can grab the 500 or however much I need. I think it's five something off of this My Funded Futures account, get back in another trade and take it up on a new eval.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that. You know what I mean? But I know my numbers, so those are options for me.
Mm-hmm. And you brought up a good point, knowing where your target should be, where your stop should be, and where your entry should be. But what about your position sizing? What size do you typically use?
So lately, I have been trading one in Q. And the reason why, and it wasn't always like that. I have to tell you, I come from a place where I would be like, oh, this looks like a good spot to throw five contracts on, six contracts. Just because I felt like going for a wild ride. Like I legit would get on there and just be like, oh, seven contracts, yeah. Because I felt like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because I have really grown as a trader, really focused on managing my risk, and really, like I said, I want to be consistent. I want to be profitable. Once I really like embrace that, I've learned to just keep it simple. So I may trade one contract, maybe two, and knowing that I have an indicator here that will take me, if the market does what it's supposed to do, and I've done my homework, it will take me from here to up here. I don't have to rush it. I can
Mm-hmm.
put one contract on
Mm-hmm.
and make what I need to make for the day or for across however many accounts. So I have to say that building this indicator and becoming a part of the cream team, listening to you and taking those longer trades, it just has transformed me as a trader. That may sound crazy or cliche, but like I really mean that. Legit, I mean that.
Well, I'm glad that myself and the rest of the Korean team has have been able to help. And I'm gonna give you your flowers as well. You have definitely shown yourself to be a leader with the Korean team, folks. There are things that I'm like, I'll get around to it. You already do it. So, and you're growing into a very good trader, but also a very good person that people look up to on the charts because they see the growth that you've made.
Thank you.
So hey, gotta give people their flowers while they can still smell them. But on that note, if you could have met you a year ago, what would you have
Mhm.
told yourself on these charts?
Whew. A year ago,
Hmm.
I would have said, take your time. There's no rush, for sure. I would have said, listen to Jeff a little more, for sure. Although I listened to you, I didn't listen to you. Um, so definitely would have told myself that. And I would have told myself to manage my risk a little bit more. Like I wasn't, to be clear, I'm here because I want to be here, right? I'm becoming a trader because I want to be a trader, not because I have to be. So when I started, I had this I don't have to do this mentality, like this is just for fun almost. Like I want to do it, but if it doesn't work, whatever. Now I'm to the point that I want to do this. I want to succeed. I want to be a leader within the community. And so that has just, like I said, helped transform me. So I would tell myself back a year ago to take it more seriously and really like learn it to the point that you're going to stick with it, not just this is a now thing, this is a long-term thing.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's some game that you can give some of the newer traders in Cream Team that are still trying to find their footing on these charts.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know even I was that way. You've heard my origin story before, and that is probably the worst way to start. So that is very sound advice. That if you would have, well, listening to me, I just tell you stuff that I've learned. But listening to the things that other people that have been more entrenched in the game a little bit longer, that wisdom is probably beneficial for most new traders.
Hmm.
But yeah, nah, that's sound advice for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say also, what kind of trader do you want to be? Right? What I knew that I wanted to trade, but I didn't know how I wanted to trade. All I knew was what I was taught, right? And
Mhm.
so over time, I've come up with my own ideas and my own feelings around trading. So you can listen to this and you can listen to all the gurus and all the people, but you really gotta look inside yourself and decide what kind of trader you want to be. What kind of
Mhm.
trades do you want to take? How do you want to feel while you're taking these trades? There's so many options. Trading is a free game, right? You make your own rules.
Mhm.
So if what Jeff is doing doesn't work for you, don't do it. If what I'm doing doesn't work for you, don't do it. Really
Mhm.
find what works with you, master it, and take it all the way to the bank.
I agree with everything that you just said. That is literally free game. That is
Yeah.
free game. All right, cool. So we can wrap about some of the other things while we're in a trade. I want you to walk me through your trade. If the opportunity is still there, if you missed it, then we can try to find something else. It may not be your layup drill, but it may be something else um that is very familiar to you. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So walk me through it.
Through a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have, and I am gonna move this to send. We have
I'm gonna add
right
a
here.
little bit of pressure to you. Whatever trade you take, I'm taking it too.
Oh
Boom.
boy.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure.
All the
No
pressure.
pressure. All right. So we have this level here, and we've closed above it.
Mm-hmm.
We have buyers down here. So I don't know if we're gonna get back down there, but I will buy from here.
Okay.
Oh no, or not.
Oh,
Mm,
cream locked you out.
I believe that's what that is. Yeah,
Ah,
I believe that's what that is. All right, hold on.
no worries. Just switch to another SIM account.
I am. I gotta find one that works. Let's try that one. Okay, let's try this one. Order submitted. Okay, so I'm hoping to get into this buy down here. Um, if not, I would look for another position to
Mm-hmm.
get into. But as I was telling you earlier, I was looking to trade above this orange line, and
Mm-hmm.
we have made it there. So I am trusting my indicator and trusting that we are now ready to move to the upside.
Okay. So, question for you.
Hmm.
Earlier you said that on the 4 hour and the hour, the buyers were in control. Or I'm sorry, on the 4 hour, the buyers were in control. Has that changed your perspective since the 4 hour candle was closed?
Um, let's see. Let's see. What time is it? I didn't even. Oh, see.
10:05?
I just lost track of time. So yes, now I see 10 o'clock. So the 4 hour candle has closed. Let's go back to this 4 hour chart. And we have sellers that are now in control. As I can see here, they close below right here. Are these buyers turn sellers? Yeah, right here. Yep, here we go. 4222. So the buyers here, I'm sorry, yeah, the buyers have turned into sellers. So that does give me a little bit of pause. However, we are still buyers for the day.
Okay.
So I know that my bias is still looking to go from those buyers up to the next sellers on the day.
Okay.
Um, when I look at this chart, I see that we have a gap here on the 4 hour chart, but
Hmm.
it is more than halfway filled.
Hmm.
So I am looking for these sellers to go up and get more sellers. And so my bias is still to go up right now.
Okay. That's completely fair. I'm going to take this trade with you. So, until this trade gets picked up, what would your stop be on this entry?
All right. So um, I typically only, well, my risk game has changed a little bit because of my indicator, but let's go with hmm, down here.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my stop here. So 198. Let me just make sure 198 minus, and I do use my dandy calculator. So
Works.
that is 64 points, which is a lot of risk.
Mhm.
Um, that I am not looking to risk. However, I do know that the trade needs room to breathe.
Mhm.
So if we were able to get in this trade,
We just got missed
yeah,
by a couple
we
of
just
points.
got missed. We did. We got missed.
Mhm.
So now I would be chasing, but there's still an opportunity to get back in.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, what I was saying is that's 64 points. That's a lot of risk.
Mhm.
I typically don't like to risk that much, but again, with me building my indicator, my game has changed a little bit, and
Mhm.
so I give it room to breathe. And if I were in a trade on my account, I would probably take half of that risk off and put my stop about here.
Okay. Okay. I'm following your lead here. So you said move it up to about 61. All right, cool.
However, these sellers right here became buyers, so let's go ahead and move up and see if we can get in this trade.
Okay, where are we moving up to?
These sellers turn buyers at 247.75.
All right, 240. All right, and where would our
247.
stop be?
Okay. We're gonna put our stop at 217, which would give us 30 points of risk.
I may have gotten missed. I don't know, but all right. All right,
Um,
so you're
and
all right. I just got filled. All right, so walk me through what happens next. What does your trade management look like? What are you thinking? What are you doing? Is your heart racing?
okay,
When
so
would you
no,
when would you cover your entry?
my heart is not racing because my I've put in work here, so obviously I'm out of my flow a little bit because I'm talking with you.
Mm-hmm.
However, I put in the work, I see my indicators. I really should have my stop outside of this orange line, but I'm gonna roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
um so my heart is not racing. My target for this right now, I would shoot for my midpoint, which again, I have that marked out from my indicator. So I would target right here at these sellers. Um, Order submitted. And I would sit and I will wait and see if we can reach our target. And I would like to add here something that I've learned is that it is really, really beneficial to wait and let your target get hit as opposed to moving it around. Also, I want to add, had I put this on my funded futures account, I would have passed my combine right now.
Hey, I
Part of this journey has been trusting myself and trusting my indicator. But yes,
mhm.
I would definitely be out of my combine at the moment. I think I might go ahead and run it. But yeah, I would target here. Now, if I had two contracts on, I would put my second target up here and see if I can reach that for the day. In
Okay.
terms of pulling in my stop, I've learned from you, Jeff, that 80% of the way is a good point to pull it in. So I would not pull it in just yet.
Okay.
Are you in the trade?
Mm-hmm. I'm in it with you.
Okay.
I'm up 20 something points,
Okay.
and I can only make 800 on this account. This is a trade day eval,
Mm,
so I probably should have covered, but it's okay.
okay. Looking at this, I would hope that we can come back down to this gap. Let me go ahead and switch this over. Please hold.
Okay.
Order submit. Order found. Let's see. Order submitted. Hmm. Order submitted. My funded futures account is I've my win rate is 100% on it right now. So I have $2,500 worth of drawdown.
Nice.
So my stop can, I mean, unless I want to potentially lose my account, my stop is not really relevant at the moment.
All right, and how much do you have to make on this trade in order to pass your eval or your combine?
Let me pull up the exact number, which I have right here. 52, 431. I need to make, hold on 1 second. Come
Mhm.
in. Good morning. Huh? Yeah, what's up? You're awake? Okay. So you need something right now? Can you give me a few minutes? Okay. All right. So I need to make, oh boy, $600.
Okay.
Um, and I don't like the way this is looking.
Okay. So the trade is now going against us. What are we going to do?
If we get below this orange line, I am going, my stop was hit on that other account. I will get out and try again.
Okay.
This, I would definitely want to move my stop because I don't want to lose too much. Although I have the room to lose it, I don't want to get to the point that I'm like starting over.
I understand.
Order failed.
And there it is.
Order canceled.
So this is working against me.
Okay.
Um, it's possible that I missed something in my analysis.
hmm
Um, what would you say? What did you see?
So what I saw is that we were buying near some hourly sellers, and you said it earlier that 4 hour sellers typically lead to a 1 hour seller, and that's
Mm-hmm,
exactly what happened. But I took the trade with you. It's fine.
mm-hmm,
It could have continued up, but you were ignoring some of the short term people,
mm,
and they have the right to get their way as well.
right,
Um,
right, right.
yep. So that's I think that's really the only thing that you missed was those hourly folks that pushed us back down,
Mm-hmm,
and that is what the 4 hour people may have needed to continue to push price down. I'm not sure yet because we're in an area that has a lot of people. We have some daily buyers here. We have some 4 hour sellers. We have some
mm-hmm,
hourly sellers. So we'll see what happens overall. So, all right, now that you've taken a losing trade,
mm-hmm.
what would you do at this point? Did Cream lock you out? Are you done with this account for the day? What would you do?
So no, Cream didn't lock me out. I had to take Cream off of eval. So Cream is for my PAs and my cash account.
Okay.
Just because evals are a little bit more free for me and I do whatever I want to with them kind of.
hmm
So, um, with that said, I will sit here for a minute and see where I went wrong. I heard what you said and see what Price wants to do. I am down $885, which is fine. Now, months ago, I would have been back in the trade by now.
hmm
Definitely would have been back in the trade. So just sit here for a second, reassess, and see what I want to do. I don't like the feeling of knowing that I needed 600 and I lost 800.
hmm
So I might give it a call it a day on this account.
Okay, that's fair. So this is an interesting or a good topic to talk about. So, mentally, after taking a loss,
Mm-hmm.
because losses are a part of the game. I take losses. I took a loss with you. You take losses by yourself. What is your process of handling that loss?
Um, you know, although it doesn't feel good, always remember like this is just trading.
Mhm.
Hey, you can't do that right now. I'm in the middle of a meeting. Turn it all the way down. This is just trading, you know? At the end of the day, my toddler still wants breakfast. My son still needs to be homeschooled. So a loss is just a reminder that life is still happening and it's just a part of the game. That's another thing. Like just remembering that it's a part of the game. I made a bad choice. The market didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I didn't see some pieces that I probably should have seen, and so be it.
Okay.
Like, don't I? I never let trading get me to the point that I'm out of my character, right? I still, like I said, I still have to go on about my day, still gotta go do all my mom things. And
Hmm.
so a loss is just a minor setback in that moment.
Hmm.
Um, so I could switch accounts, or I can walk away for the day, or I can switch to sim and just continue practicing.
Hmm. Okay,
So I
so you
have
don't.
options, but letting this ruin my day is not an option. That's for sure.
For sure, there's way too much on everyone's plate, man, to cry about a couple of lost points on the Nasdaq. And I
Right.
think there was an important thing. As good as you are, Ty, you still have that that slight FOMO behavior because you saw the trade working out when you took it in sim,
Mm-hmm.
but the conditions were slightly different when price came back to
Yes.
revisit it.
Agreed.
Because so that was also the second thing I wanted to mention that you missed in that scenario because we
Mm-hmm.
went from 1 hour seller to 1 hour buyer, and now price is consolidating again, trying to figure out what it wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that is just one piece of the puzzle in the grand scheme of this chart.
Yes. Agreed. And I see we're back to that level that I marked from the beginning of this conversation. Um,
Hmm.
so price is still deciding what it wants to do from there.
And that is the third thing. We were a little impatient on the trade. So you said you didn't want to enter from above that line. And then that's exactly what we did.
No, I wanted to enter once we closed above that line.
Oh, I thought you said that that was where you wanted to enter was near that line. My
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe the entry before was at 97, 197, 198 or something like that.
Yes, we were. We originally got in. Was it here? I believe here.
Hmm.
Yeah, and for me that was okay because we were already trading above that first orange line. So without me seeing those sellers that were going to push price back down, I
Hmm.
figured we will go up from there.
All right. So we took a loss. What's the next best trade?
Uh, Next best trade. I am still willing to buy
Okay.
based off my bias of the day. Uh, Let me check something. Mm, okay, so I'm still willing to buy. However, full transparency, with me using my indicator and really slowing myself down, I've gotten to a point where I either get in my trade and I win, or I miss my trade and I'm done.
Hmm.
So can I get back in? Yes. Um, do I want to get back in? Not really.
Okay.
Um, but and now I have to be honest, because I lost 885 on that account, I'm not gonna touch that account anymore today. Like I'm done with that. I worked 2 days and had 2 good days, now I had one bad day. So I need to give that account a break.
Okay.
For this trade, I was looking to take a quick 1 minute scalp. I got in on the 1 minute chart at a point where the buyers were able to close above sellers. So that worked out in my favor. Also, I know that the 4 hour buyers are in control as well as the 60-minute buyers. So I have the support of the higher time frames, and I know that we're looking to push up to the next sellers of those time frames. With that said, I wanted to place my target at a 1 minute seller, but it was placed beneath a 60-minute seller, which was that blue star. So I knew that my target should be met because 60-minute buyer is looking to go to a 60-minute seller. Now my stop, I placed my stop at 24,279 because at this time, with the buyers being in control, I think they're just looking to push up to the next sellers. And so there's no larger time frame opponents in my way to stop this quick move that I'm looking to take. We're also above the EMA, which is the squiggly line on my screen. So again, that's just another confluence that lets me know that I should be safe to reach my target. At that point, I pulled in my stop just to cover myself and make sure that my trade was riskless. And I sat patiently and waited to see if I would reach my target. This was a 1.7 risk to reward trade. I risked 15 points to make 25, and you will see that it works out in my favor. I was able to walk away with a $500 win, and this account was done for the day. So I'm going to go back to Sim. Let me see. We have some hourly people. Get something down here. I'm gonna buy from here. These buyers, we got a good number of buyers here on the 60-minute chart. I'm gonna put a buy right there. I forgot.
Order submitted.
Now, if I'm buying from this 60-minute level, I have buyers here. I have more buyers here. I got more buyers here. So I'm not much of a defense trader, but I do know that I have some support up underneath me. I'm also going to check on the 4-hour. I also have a 4-hour buyer right here around that same level. So I trust this level. However, I do not have another 4-hour buyer until down here.
Okay. So what's the next best trade? If we have 10 minutes to find an entry, where would you find it?
That seems very low. If I only had 10 minutes, I would scalp. Honestly, I would just scalp. I would scalp. I have buyers right here. I would take it up to those sellers and scalp. But if I had time to wait, I would continue to wait down here.
Okay, so while we are waiting, since this is because people don't like to show when they don't trade as well. And people are oftentimes afraid or ashamed of sharing their losses. And I appreciate you still showing and sharing and being transparent with what that process looks like. But for a lot of people, one of their biggest challenges is accepting their loss. But for you, what has been your biggest challenge as a trader?
Biggest challenge, probably I would say my analysis. I am a confident trader, but I am still working on building my confidence in my analysis each day. So I am proud of my success so far. I know that I can pass combines. I know that I can reach payout. I know a lot about what I know, but I'm not confident in my analysis. So my biggest challenge just has been narrowing down an analysis structure, I would say, that really feels good to me.
Okay. So what do you feel is the next step in the process of improving your analysis? Because it's not quite good enough identifying that there is an issue. It's identifying how to fix that issue as well.
One thing that I've been doing is kind of like what we did today. Making sure when I check my top down when I do my top down analysis, it's aligning with what I see that my indicator is showing me. Um, Going back and looking, like when I do my analysis and my indicator is showing me something different, trying to see who's right. So, did my analysis fail me or did my indicator fail me? So that's been helping me too. Um, just kind of testing my theories out each day. So like on a day like today with the losing trade that I had, going back to see what did I miss? What sellers did I miss? What buyers did I miss? Why did that happen to me? So reviewing my trades helps with the analysis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Helping, I mean, yeah, I would say helping others has helped me strive to improve my analysis as well. Because if someone has a question, I can't just be giving random answers.
Mm-hmm.
So doing a little bit more digging on why things are happening, listening to you more, talking to you more has also been helpful in terms of improving my analysis. It's not where I want it to be, but it's a work in progress. Like, even if I'm not on the chart to trade, I still just kind of look and get a feel for what's going on. Over time, like I said, I've slowed down. Slowing down has also helped me improve my analysis, not just being like, oh, I'm gonna get to the charts and I'm gonna trade. Taking my time.
Okay.
It's a lot of ways that you can tackle it, and I just, like I said, I'm still looking for the way that works for me.
Okay, that's fair, and I'm more than sure that it's not just you that feels that way about how they trade. There are times that I'm like, how am I wrong? I just knew that this was going to work out, and it goes against me. Or there's something that I completely miss, or I undershoot my target, or I have my stop too close, cover too quickly, those kinds of things. All of that goes into the trade management, but it's all based on our risk management and our technical analysis. So looking back at this trade, our entry was in the middle of a small range, and B, we would have had the opportunity to get out for at least break even if we would have been a little more patient, or if we were trading the appropriate size to be able to handle that drawdown. So switching to micros and NQ, you can manage the risk before you even get into the trade. If you only have a few $100s left, it's really no reason being that close to trade minis.
True.
Stuff like that. So, do you have capacity for another trade, or do you want to switch gears?
We can switch gears.
So another thing, I tried to give you a little bit of hint that your trade was going to work out in the beginning, but it wasn't going to work out ultimately, because we closed, the 4-hour sellers were in control. So before you even pulled the trigger, I was like, hey, it's 10 o'clock. The sellers are in control on the 4-hour. Is there something for you to consider there, without giving you the answer? So considering that we closed right at that 4-hour level, oftentimes what you'll see is that we'll pop before we come back down. So that's what I saw happening. We're kind of just ranging around that same price point right now, but I still think that we're headed down, because that 4-hour, or those hourly sellers that is on that orange line, if you move your cursor up, right there. Nope, the next one. No, the one up.
Oh, here.
Yep. That is what is pushing price down. So we have daily sellers above us that are ultimately pushing price down. We have some 4-hour people that recently turned into sellers up at, this is at 370.
370. Right here?
Unless that level is gone now. It should be a 4-hour seller at 370.
No, it's been run through so many times.
Okay, so that it's just a daily buyer then.
The daily buyer that's doing what?
So we're currently trading under daily buyers. So it's the weekly people that are pushing us down, but on the short term, it's those 4-hour sellers that are above us that are pushing us down. So we have 4 hours. Oh no, you're right. They are run through. They're all gone. There's nothing pushing us down other than hourly people and weekly people. So thank you for pointing that out. That means that I missed something. Um, we don't have anyone to sell to above us, so we have to find people below us to. Let me take a step. There are weekly and daily sellers above us at about. There are weekly sellers from 820 down to 617. There isn't another weekly or monthly buyer until we get down to 719. So there isn't a whole lot to push price up that can combat the weekly sellers.
I see.
So we have daily people here at 219. We have daily buyers from 110 down to 994. Those are all daily buyers. And then we have another monthly person down at 733-ish, somewhere in there. So it's a fight between those larger time frames. What that looks like on the shorter time frame, it feels a little sporadic, and it feels kind of like it's a slow creep at the same time. If that makes sense. So you'll see random bursts of pops and drops, but then it will just creep in between those.
Okay.
All right. So if that is what we know to be true, that it's a fight between those larger time frames, and our opportunities to trade on the shorter time frames may be a little more limited. I'm going to take some trades off of an hourly chart or an hourly level. So we have an hourly seller at 257. I'm sorry, 259. We have another one at 326. So that is a little wide. The range of that area is a little wide. So what should we do? Should we go in between the two entries? Should we buy from the hourly level at 192? Or should we do nothing?
192. Sellers. I would sell.
You will sell from which one?
You said 233. Did you say that one?
233. I said there was one at an hourly seller at around 260. There's another one at 326.
326.
Okay. And then there's a buy at 192, 193.
So we got the seller, and the buyer at 190. What'd you say?
192.
I mean,
would you like me to share my screen? Okay.
192. Okay. So we're almost to the buyer. I would sell.
So, okay.
I think that 326, I never know if it's coming back. I'm always leery to go up too high. Yeah, I would sell from the first buyer that you said.
Sell from the buyer?
I'm sorry, seller, the first seller.
Okay. So I am actually going to take the long and target your seller.
Okay.
So I'm going long from 194 and I'm targeting 257. So I just got picked up. And we still have 3 minutes left on this candle. So I have plenty of time to be right.
Order candle.
Let's see how it pans out. So while this trade is going, where do you see your trading journey going within the next 6 months, within the next year?
Well, hopefully I am consistent I am consistently profitable.
Mhm.
I see myself continuing to be a leader in the community amongst the cream team. If you will continue to help build me up
For
and
sure.
get me to that spot, then I would like to keep helping out in that way.
Sure.
Um, and in 6 months, I see myself on a Disney cruise.
Hey.
But no, I plan to keep building myself, building my accounts, and growing. That's all. Like now that I've reached the point where I can see clearly like what I want to accomplish here and how I want to accomplish it, I feel very confident that the next 6 months are going to be beautiful. Like I could just see it. And I see it because I put in the work. I'm continuing to put in the work and I have completely just grown as a trader. So the work that I'm putting in is not going to be in vain.
Mhm.
So with Cream, with my ability to control myself way much more than I was able to control myself before, the profit should come, right? The name of the game is to win more than you lose. So if I'm managing my risk, the wins should just stack up.
Mhm. It's an easy equation, but most people mess it up by rushing it. If you make more money than you lose over time, you will be profitable. It's like
Hmm.
losing weight. If you burn more calories than you take in, you will lose weight.
Right.
It's a simple equation.
Yeah.
Um, so on this entry, I am currently up roughly 300 bucks. So
Hmm.
what do you want me to do here? Do you want me to cut the trade? Do you want me to hold to the target? Do you want me to cover my entry?
Your target is at 258, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I will hold to the target.
Okay.
I
We're
don't,
holding. All right.
yeah, I don't
So
see the
the
reason
the
to come out.
the next one. Where do you see yourself in a year from now?
Mm. A year from now, I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead on this journey. Um, but I see myself still trading, but I hope that a year from now, I'm so confident in my strategy and what I've built that I'm able to put more size on. And so my profits are larger in a
Mhm.
year from now. Not because I'm trading more, but just because I'm scaling up. Um, a part of my growth plan is to scale up. Once I really lock in what I'm doing and not make mistakes like I made today, like it's only up from there. So I would like to scale up. By a year from now, I should definitely have scaled up and just continue growing.
Mhm.
Um,
Side note, I can only make $800 on this account, so I'm actually gonna move my target down to 240.
okay.
Yep. And since I'm more than 80% of the way, I'm going to cover.
Okay.
So this is now a risk-free trade. And I'll drop a screenshot for you so you can see it. Yep.
Mm, nice.
So I am cutting this short, but it's just because of the rules for the combine. So
Mhm.
anyone, you're probably gonna, send this to your mom once everything is edited and clipped how it needs to be. Is there anything to anyone in the community, and my target was filled, and I'm gonna have to lose like 15 bucks. But anything you want to say to anyone that is thinking about trading that you've met along the way that may have quit trading, is there anything that you would like to say to them?
Um, yes. I would like to say that if trading is something that you really feel like you can become successful at, try again. Don't quit. Try again. Um, maybe you were not in a good place at that time when you learned how to trade. Maybe work. was too much. Maybe your family life was too much. Because what I have found amongst the community working with other traders is that when life gets life in, it is not easy to trade. Trading is hard enough as is, right? So if you are in a spot when you're in your life that you can pick it back up, I would definitely pick it back up. And the reason why is because trading is a skill that no one can take from you. Jason said to me one time, he said, you don't need any followers. You don't need anybody to hire you. You don't need anybody to watch your YouTube videos. You don't need anything but your time and your money to give to the market in order to be profitable. So I would definitely advise anyone that has quit and has the capacity to jump back in to get back in and try again. Um, if you try trading and you just don't like it, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not for everybody. I don't believe that trading is for everybody. I don't. So if you tried it and it didn't work, just don't do it. It's not worth the time and the mental load and the money that you have to put into trading. So it's really something, a personal decision that you have to make for yourself or your family. Like, is this worth it? And to bring it back to me, I want to say that it is worth it. It is 100% worth it. This journey has been beautiful. And I'm just looking forward to the day a year from now when I could say, hey, Jeff, I went on that Disney cruise. Hey, Jeff, I got that Tesla X that I wanted, you know? So, or hey, Jeff, I was able to put aside a good amount of money for my kids to go to college, you know? So, whatever the case is, um, I, I, I know that trading will get me where I want to be.